Welcome to Hug It Out America Radio. Happy Monday to y'all. It's still not very warm here yet, but we're getting there. We got a great show today. We got basically my hero on the show today, Curt Payne's coming in, going to talk to you about his life, his struggles, his triumphs, his love, and his light that I've experienced myself. But first, I want to talk about what else we got going this week. We got a good show coming up this week. On Wednesday, we have Kent Harris coming in, who's an author of a book called Synchronicity, about everything's not an accident. He's going to come on the show and talk. And then that's on Wednesday, and then Thursday we have one named Renee's coming in, and she lives in the Bay Area, and she lives outside the box in her life, folks. That's all I can tell y'all. She's an author, she's an artist, she's a healer, she's a therapist, she's a whole lot of things, all in one great, big, beautiful person. So, anyway, and then on Friday we got Anything Goes Friday. And this Friday on Anything Goes, we're going to have people coming in talking about how they're bringing our country together through unity and connection, not on a screen. Things are doing off the screen. Right now, we're all stuck on the screens like crazy. We can't help it. We're on Zoom conferences. We're on our Facebook Lives. We're on everything. But these are people that are coming in and talk about how they're building connection and unity off the screen. So that's what we go on this week. So I want to welcome in Curt right now, see if I can get him on the line. Curt, you there?
Yes, I am.
How you doing, man?
Very well. How are you?
Good. How's your weekend?
Awesome.
It's awesome? Good. So I'm going to give the listeners an idea about how we met in a little bit, and I'm going to let you talk, okay? And we can start.
All right.
People can learn about all that I've learned about you and why I'm so impressed by you. So I met Curt, I think it was about a year ago in Manchester where he lives, and I have this thing called Hug It Out America where I'm going around the country giving hugs in every state in the country. And I picked the city of Manchester to go to that day. And when I got there, I went to some bridge in Manchester where I thought there were people going across, but nobody was there. So I decided to go downtown, and I started giving hugs. And I was giving hugs and talking to people for probably about, 45 minutes or so, an hour. And then I saw this guy go by on this fluorescent bike. And he kept going by, and I noticed him, and then he kind of gave me this smile and this thumbs up from across the road. And then he came over, and Curt introduced himself to me, and I showed him my sign. I have this sign that has all the hugs I have on there. And Curt gave me a big hug, and then we talked for a while about and then he started telling me about his life, and the life that he has left, this man has led, is unbelievable. And this man has, I'm so happy to have him on the show today because he is literally my hero, and the things he has done with his life and all the adversity that he's had, the grit that he has had. The number one thing, I have 2 daughters myself, and the number one things I try to instill in my kids is grit, because there's going to be a lot of hardships in their life, I know, but if they can get grit and see through that, I know that'll help them through. I think that's the number one thing. And if no doubt in my mind, Curt has more grit than anybody I've met. And that's why I wanted to have him on the show and tell his story. And I'm so glad at some point, Curt, I hope you get to meet my family. I'm hoping to come up there and meet you at some point. But, Curt, I want you to tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, and then we can just get a dialogue going.
All right. My name is Curt Payne, a.k.a. Music Queen of Manchester. I grew up in Manchester. Then I moved to, my mom moved to Merrimack when we were freshman in high school. And I went to Manchester West my freshman year. And then I graduated from Merrimack. And
Hey, Curt, can you put your face
Yes.
really close to the speaker? Because I'm having a hard time hearing you. Listeners might be having a hard time hearing you, too.
All right.
It's easy to, if you don't, because it's kind of like over the internet, it's kind of finicky. So just make sure you put your mouth real close. I have the same problem myself. I mess up too.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I graduated in '97, and I got married, and 2 days later I went to basic training. I went in the Army, and and then I went to Fort Lee, Virginia, and there I learned how to be a cook. And a drill sergeant that was there, not my drill sergeant, but a drill sergeant said, "Private Payne, what's your MOS? What are you going to be?" And I looked at him and I said, "I'm going to be a food service specialist, drill sergeant." He said, "Oh, you're going to be a spoon." So I learned right from day one what the AKA term for a cook was, a spoon. But then I went on to Fort Hood, Texas, and I was there from '97 to 2000. And I got out of the Army July 29th, 2000, came home to Manchester, got in the Carpenters Union, and exactly 1 year and 1 month to the day after getting out of the Army, I rolled my car on the side of the highway going towards Merrimack just after the Bedford tolls. Alcohol was...
Did you tell me you were just Did you tell me you were just reaching down to change the radio?
Was involved that night. But I had taken my attention off my driving a split second too long to look down at my CD player that was skipping. And when I looked up, I was veering off to the left. I went to correct myself, and I overcorrected myself and rolled it on the side of the highway. And from August 29th until September 15th, I was in a coma. Slept for four days. I woke up 4 days after the World Trade Center that crashed through. And it was, I can't even describe it. I was even unable to get up out of bed on my own. And I had to witness on my television screen in my hospital room the planes crashing through the World Trade Center.
Wow.
And it was September 12th. I was the first person in line to re-enlist in the military. You don't say things with the God. I was on my cards because I was seeing them get away.
Curt?
Real
Curt, I'm kind of losing you, bud.
I've had some real close,
Yeah, that sounds good.
I've had some real close friends that, some that are not with us anymore, and war sucks, you know. And I'm just so grateful to God that I never had to see any of that ugliness, you know.
Mhm.
I know that probably makes me sound like a coward, but it's all good. I'm good with that. It's not in my head, you know.
Mhm. So after you got out of that, and you got out of the hospital, and was on your way to recovery, what did you move back to Manchester?
After my wife and my ex-wife and I got divorced, I think that was in 03, and then I got with this other woman, and it was no good, but that was like 6 years that went by, and then I came about 8 years ago. I came to Manchester, and I get into the house that I'm at now. And life is just, I clean the streets, you know, I ride my bike around town, picking up cigarette butts and litter off the street, trying to clean up and make it look nice and be as, you know, as happy and cheerful as I can be with everybody, you know. Because I don't want to say any negativeness or any more hurt.
Hey, Curt.
Yes.
So I wanted to say something, or you mind if I clear something up that I don't think you've touched on about your son? Can we talk about that? Do you mind?
No, you can.
Huh?
That's all right.
So I think you told me that after you got in the wreck and you were in recovery and you had a brain injury too, right? Correct?
Yeah.
And then you were in high school. Your kid was in high school, correct?
No.
Tell me the story. Tell the listeners that story about your son, if you don't mind. If you don't want to, that's fine too.
It was 2013. Brian was 14, and he had told us that he was going to be the next president. Excuse me. The next president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He got straight A's the entire time he was in school, getting nothing but principals on the roll. Had plans on going to Harvard. Had told us that 2 years before he did this, that he was going to be the next president of the United States of America. And because of life, lots and lots of life, you know, things that happen. Like I had told my oldest son Brian that his father smoked pot, and I wasn't willing to give that up, you know. And I don't know how much that added, but you know, and I know there was a bunch of other things that, you know, that I had probably done wrong or whatever, but it was kind of tough. I mean, I was just getting on my accident, and no excuses, but Brian took his own life. When he was 14.
He's 14.
And in organs, he was able to save 7 lives. 7 people ranging in ages from 6 months to 53 years old at the time are living because of Brian.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That I can't imagine how much that hurt, Curt. I mean, I have 2 daughters myself, and I just don't even know what to say that. And you know, the fact that you brought up the fact that he was able to save people from when he passed away shows me that how you always find the positivity in stuff. I mean, I'm so amazed by you.
Life
so amazed by you.
The way that you allow yourself to view it. It is all in the lenses you allow yourself to view it out of. And mine are blue frame glass. Oh, I love it. It's all in the way you look at life, you know.
Yeah, I mean, so just to recount, you had that bad car wreck after you had not been in the service very long, and then you had probably one of the hardest things in your life to lose a child, and you found positivity from that, and then you still did that. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time. I'm sorry, Curt. I love you so much, man. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. But and then, I mean, you told me this whole story on the streets of Manchester. I never forgot it. And then after that, you said, you got. I mean, what I call it. It's like life hits you in the face with a fist many times, and yet you found a way to get back up. Not just get back up, but see the sun shining and see a path to go forward. 3 amazing blows to your life. And I will say it over and over that I think you're inspiring to so many people. And I know when I went to Manchester that when people would come by on the road and they would see you, that they would honk their horns and you go, hooah. What do you say? Hooah. What do you say?
Hooah. Hooah.
Hooah. You say that.
Hooah.
And all the firemen, all the policemen know you in town. They all know you because they know what an amazing soul you are, what amazing heart you have, what resilience you have and grit. And then, as you said before, and then your wife, after y'all had split up, something happened to her, right? Can you go through that?
Yeah, she overdosed on heroin. After my son died, when my ex-wife's boyfriend or whatever that she had met him for died of a heroin overdose, that was right that she was using heroin, and then she was in my neighborhood, and my neighborhood is not the nicest neighborhood. But I live on the 3rd floor, so I just have to hear it. But I knew that she was like not gonna last very long. And luckily she gave me a picture.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
She gave me a picture. It was in her back pocket. And it was a picture that of herself, myself, and Brian. And there's a phone in that picture, and the only 2 people that phone intersects, it goes right through her nose and right through Brian's nose. And Brian and her are in heaven. I'm right above. It's weird.
Amen. Amen. And Curt, I remember when I saw you were picking up trash around the city, right? And can you tell me a little bit about that? What you do?
Just everywhere I go, I have a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket and Home Depot Homer bucket, and I have my green hunger, green grabber, and that I pick up trash with. I don't have a touch trash in my hands.
Yeah.
Because it's nasty, you know.
Yeah,
but
and when I saw,
I'm not gonna walk by trash all the time, you know, consistently, It's not right, and it's so not right to put anything on the ground. Some on Earth, well, responsibility to take care of your trash. You use whatever it was to put it in the trash, in the proper place. Don't make Mother Earth look ugly just because you want to be ignorant and lazy.
Yep. I mean, I remember when we were talking, you were picking up trash the entire time, even like these tiny little pieces of paper that I barely noticed. You would pick it up, and the whole time we were talking, you were doing that. And, I mean, you were literally beautifying the world. You realize that, not just with your attitude and your love, but with your actions in that town. And I think that town knows it very much. I've only been there twice, but you are such a credit to that town and all that you do there. I want you to know that, Curt. I really want you to always remember that you are such a godsend to this planet, to the town, and to humanity, my friend. I just want you to know that.
Billy.
Yes.
You can go on YouTube and look up Major Curt Payne of Manchester, and I have a couple of videos of me when I pick up and stuff.
Yeah, and then the reason you did that is because when you're on disability, you couldn't get another job. So instead of where just sitting around doing nothing, you were out there taking care of the city.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, I didn't want to just sit at my house watching TV or playing games or feeling bad for myself or whatever. So I got up, going, you know.
Wow.
And like I said, whenever I walk by something and I see trash, it just irritates me to no end. So instead of just complaining about it or saying something about it, I'll pick it up. You know, the best thing to do if you see something is take care of it.
I wish more people had that idea, or I wish more people thought like that. But, you know, your love and your reach out and everything you do is contagious, and I'm hoping more people hear about what you do, just not in Manchester, but around the country and around the world. That's why I wanted to have you on the show, because you're literally my hero, man. I tell people that all the time about you. And like I said, I'm going to get my kid. Go ahead. Sorry.
I so appreciate that, bro. I really do.
But so we've got somebody on the line from your area code. I think it may be. We'll see who it is, and I'm sure they want to ask a question. So I'm going to put them on right now. Hold on just a second.
All right.
This is Hugging Out America. How you doing? You there?
Yeah.
Hello?
It's me.
Somebody else is supposed to be there. Hold on just a second. So they might have hung up. Hold on. I'm not an expert with this thing. Give me just a second, okay?
All right. No worries.
Hugging Out America, you there? Hello? Hugging Out America, you there? Have to come back to that call. I don't hear him. Let's see if we can get this call on. Hold on just a second.
Hello.
Hugging Out America, you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, this is Billy. Can you hear me? It's Pamela.
I can hear you. Curt's on the line.
Oh, goody. Yeah, hi, Curt. This is Pamela. I've been up to Manchester. It is New Hampshire, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I wanted to let the listening audience know we're talking New Hampshire in the United States, Manchester. So I, too, am in awe of you, and I want to say a couple of things. I think everybody ought to pick up every bit of the litter that they see, and I don't know why we don't have Don't Be a Litter Bug all over the TV anymore, because the trash is immense. Today on NBC, there is a rescue dog and they showed this dog running around on a paddle boat and on the trails. It was Arizona. They have a crew of people. That dog picks up every piece of, every bottle of empty water bottle off of the lakes, off of the rivers, off of the trail. And so I honor that you are concerned about that. When I rake up leaves, I pick up the tiniest bit of a cigarette wrapper. I'll even pick up a cigarette butt because I know I'm going to wash my hands thoroughly. I also just wanted to clarify, if I understood you right, that you are attributing your success and your positive attitude toward, bouncing back, looking through for the silver lining. I'm pretty sure you mentioned God somewhere. Am I correct?
Oh, you better believe it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so we're many people that are friends or relatives of mine have had some serious struggles, not as bad as yours in a lot of ways, but we need to bounce back, and we have to tell our stories, and it encourages everybody else, because these awful things either make you or break you, and that's what I believe. And I also am a believer, and we know life is going to be full of roller coasters, ups and downs. I have a tremendous amount of downs in my life, and I love that Billy brought you on and had you talk about the hardest things in your whole life. And when you say I'm not going to sit home and collect disability and watch TV for the rest of my life, I'm hoping that some other people will hear that message, because if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a focus, then you're just going to wither away or become embittered or be a burden to yourself. You get into a deep depression. I've been there. I know what that's like in terms of depression. So your story is a ray of hope to everybody and anybody. I would like for you to repeat your, I think you said YouTube or Facebook. I'm going to write it down this time on where I can find you.
Yeah, go on YouTube, and the chief of police, the ex-chief of police, he's now a U.S. Marshal, Nick Willard, and my ex-boss, I still call him boss, Mr. Tango Lowy from Dancing Lion Chocolate Shop. The two of them, between the two of them, my boss Richard Lowy and the chief of police, the ex-chief of police, they bought me a GoPro, and I wore the GoPro around town when I was doing my cleanups and stuff, and I put a couple videos, thanks to a friend that owns Holy Smokes on Salvador Street. He downloaded a bunch of my videos on YouTube, so I have a bunch of videos on YouTube that show me while I'm doing my thing.
Am I going to search under Major Payne? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Major Curt Payne.
K-U-R-T, right?
What's that?
K-U-R-T?
No, C-U-R-T.
C-U-R-T.
C-U-R-T-P-A-Y-N-E.
Okay, and I know I'll have to get on his radio blog to see some more information, but the more you can send out there, the more people will search and see your story and watch what's going on. It's so critical for people to know about this. And I just honor how hard it was for you to talk about these things. And most people don't want to share and don't want to talk, but you are a huge inspiration, huge.
Thanks for calling, Pamela. Somebody else is on the line been trying to call. And
oh, gosh, get me off. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, Curt. Bye-bye.
Bye, Pamela. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hug It Out America Radio. You there? Hello?
I am, yeah.
Somebody, they've called in a couple times, but they're not saying anything. I don't know what's going on. You there?
Cool. Yeah, I am.
You're still here. So I don't know. Maybe they'll chime in. Maybe they went over. So Curt. So last time I saw you, you were in Manchester. I was up there for a Tulsi event.
Yeah.
How are you doing during this kind of quarantine time? Or how are you still going out and doing your trash stuff, or what's going on?
I mean, when like I say, when I go out, like when I go anyways, I have my bucket and my grandma with me, and I clean up. You know what I mean? I don't do so much like it, you know, every day, like a couple hours. You know what I mean? I just go to the store if I gotta go get something at the store, groceries or whatever. I go to the store.
Mhm.
Other than that, just staying in my house. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I can't get this person to say anything right now. So correct. So you have. I think you told me you have at least one other child, right? How many children do you have?
I got two. I'm one of three boys, and I have three boys.
Then you have three boys.
Yeah. My youngest Joshua is 17, and he's a junior at Memorial. And my middle son Ricky is 20.
He's 20, and is he in college or?
Horrible.
Is he in college?
No, he would have graduated last year.
Okay.
But he was like a credit shy or something.
Yeah.
So he didn't take our class online.
Well, what do you like to do with your kids?
I really want to start a business with my boys.
Oh yeah.
Doing yard work. Yeah.
Doing yard work. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Do they go around cleaning up with you sometime?
Ricky, when I had just this past October, I got into an accident. I don't know, October. October or November. Anyways, I broke my, I flew over my handlebars and broke my clavicle.
Oh, you told me about that, yeah.
Yeah, 14 pieces. So I was like, I don't know why I couldn't, do any manual labor or whatever. So if I had things to do, like people, that need my work or whatever, call me up and ask me, I would call my son Ricky and say, Ricky, can you go here, go there? And I had good reports from each of my customers, so it was good.
Yeah. And Pamela touched on this a little bit, but so what gives you the strength to seal this? And I think Pamela talked about your relationship with God. Is that the thing that you? I'm assuming you pray a lot. I mean,
like anytime, and all the time. Like at Manchester Christian Church, where I belong, we pray for one. God, please give me one person to share your love with. And I in my heart, I feel, although I do pray that prayer, I also feel in my heart that I'm asking God to. I'm asking God to give me anyone and everyone, like, please, anyone. Let me share your love with anyone, you know.
Yeah. I'm a Christian myself. I get it. I pray, and you know, you always feel like you have somebody to talk to, and you know, sometimes I'm sure. I mean, I'm just thinking about the times where I've had some frustrating things in my life where you get mad at God and you don't understand why. I mean, I can imagine you probably had those challenges too with all the struggles you've had, far worse than mine have. You know, is that a challenge for you? You know, I always found that challenge. I'm a Christian. Obviously, I'm probably not as strong as a Christian as you are.
Well,
what do you say?
Don't say that. I mean, don't say that.
I don't. I mean, but I've had some times, man. Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. If I'd been through the stuff that you've been through, I would have had a hard time believing God. And I wonder how do you do that? How do you not say, you know, God, how can you do this to me? I mean, can you explain that to me? It's a question that just crossed my mind. I mean, is that a struggle for you to wonder why God would bring all this travesty and tragedy into your life? Do you have any struggles with that, talking to Him?
I have, you know, but he won't. They say that He will not give you anything that you are not able to handle.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, there's somebody on the line. It's weird. Somebody's this person's on the line, but they're not saying anything, and it says they're the telephone number. I'm just going to tell you so you might recognize this person, because I feel like it's somebody that really wants to talk to you and say something, because it has your area code. So the area code, Curt, if you notice, the telephone number is actually, I'm not even going to say the phone number. You know what I'm going to do, Curt, is I'm going to send you a text so you can see it, okay? So you might, because I have a feeling this person really wants to talk because they keep calling back. So I don't want to tell the audience, you know, the viewers who it is. I don't want to divulge their privacy. So I'm going to send it to you because I'm almost positive it's somebody you know. All right, hold on just a second here. All right. Okay. So this number. All right. Hold on, almost God. I'm trying to hold the phone and do all this at the same time. That's the thing when you're by yourself. You got to wear a lot of hats. All right, so I just sent you this a text through Facebook, and it's the same area code as yours. Do you recognize that number? Curt?
Yeah.
Do you recognize that number? No? You recognize it? Did you get the text?
Send it to me again.
Huh?
Can you send it to me again?
Yeah. I sent it to your text. Okay. It's the same area code as yours, okay?
Yeah.
And then here's the number again. I'll send it to you. Sorry, folks. Sorry for this kind of hiccup here. I just want to make sure I don't divulge this information, and if this person really wants to talk, it's because they've called back over and over. So I want to make sure they talk to him if they really want to. Actually, the area code 603. I'm sorry. I think I wrote area code 603 and the number I sent you. Did you get the? It's through Facebook. It's through Facebook Messenger. Text. Curt? Huh? It's on Facebook Messenger. It's not through text on your phone. It's through Messenger. No, it's okay. I don't feel comfortable saying the number over the line because I don't want to overstep my bounds, and it's a privacy thing. I don't want to divulge that information, and I want to keep their privacy. So I'm not sure why you can't see it, but that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. We'll just keep talking. So you said to me that you're still out doing some trash collecting stuff. Curt, you there? Curt? I lost you. Hey, Curt? Curt, you there? I don't know where he is, folks. I don't know what happened. Curt, you there? Hey, Curt. I think we lost him on the call. I'll hold on here a little longer. I'll put Pam. I think Pamela's back on the line. This other person I'm going to put on hold. I don't know who it is, but they've called back. Hold on just a second. Hey, Pamela.
Hey, Billy. Listen, I missed the whole thing of what happened when he was in the service. He said he was a cook, but I didn't understand what he was talking about after that. I think the majority of his issues were wounds from the car accident, but I could be wrong about his service. Do you want to tell the listeners a little more about that since he's not back on the line?
Well, all I know is what you said. The car wrecks, from what I understand. He was coming back on a duty relief from, I think he said, from a year being over there, and that car wreck was the majority of what happened. I don't think.
Where did he serve? Was he a cook? In what branch? Do you know what branch of the? And was he serving overseas as a cook?
I think he was in the Army. I'm not. Are you there, Curt? Curt? I don't know what.
I thought I heard him too. And so I think it's major. He was a major. He had to have served for a while to be promoted up to major, correct?
I'm not.
I don't know.
That's what they call him. I'm not gonna,
Okay. No, it doesn't really matter. But
case.
when I searched for him on YouTube, he said Major Curt Payne, and look for his videos. So, and I'm fine if he wants to call. Somebody else has called him a major. I'm good with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that.
He's a 4-star general in my mind.
Exactly, and beyond, and beyond. So, Yeah, I don't know. Is it close to? Oh, yeah.
Hold on a minute. He's calling me on my phone. Hold on a second.
Yep.
Curt? Curt? Hey, we lost you on the call. Can you come back on the call? Yeah, because we'll talk on the phone. Hold on just a second. You still there? Curt? You there, Curt? This is interesting.
I can hear you, but maybe you need to hang up on me or put me on hold, and he needs to know to dial the other number, the blog number.
I think I never cut him off. He's still on the line.
Okay.
So I don't. Or maybe he hung up. I told him to call me back on the other line, and he already hung up. So, here he is. I think this is him. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Hello?
Curt, is that you?
Hello?
Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, glad to have you back, bud.
Okay.
Pamela had a question for you. I don't know who that other person calling the line was, but I thought they probably knew you, but I wasn't going to tell their number.
Listen, I served.
You want me to ask my question?
Yeah, he's trying to. Go ahead, Curt.
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Oh, so my question is, how long did you serve? I think maybe it was Army, and
yes.
did you were a cook, and
yes, ma'am.
were you serving overseas?
No, ma'am. It's Portland, Texas. I never went overseas.
Texas.
I
Okay.
never went overseas.
All right.
I got out of the Army, and my accident happened 1 year and 1 month to the day after I got out of the Army. So it was after I was out that I got in my accident.
I see. Thank you for clarifying that. When I was in Texas, when I was in Texas as a little girl, the Army had to open up barracks from Hurricane Carla. I was living in Houston, and we all had to evacuate. So it was very interesting because it was the Army that opened up the barracks. They had to have we children go and stay in some places. The men had to go stay other places. They had to feed us and try to entertain children while we were under this evacuation. And I don't know who prepared food for us, but, it would have been before you served. But that's interesting to me. To be in charge of feeding the troops. So that's wonderful to know. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. I was just missed that part of it.
Hey, Pamela, we'll have to go up to Manchester some point, and you're gonna have to meet him.
Oh, I can't wait, because once I heard it was right up around the corner, Billy. Absolutely. I'll pick up litter with him like crazy. We can still do it and stay 6 feet away from each other, wear our masks, and take up the trash. I'll bring it. I have a dumpster here, and they won't know that I collected it from New Hampshire, and I'll throw a couple stuff in there. By the way, we cannot recycle anymore. So completely, all the recycling is shut down across the state, and they're telling us to take our 5-cent bottles and cans that I used as an allowance when I was a little kid in Texas, and we're supposed to toss them into recycling. And so who knows when that's ever going to open up. So there's a lot of trash to go and collect, and we can beautify Manchester just as easily as we could beautify Northampton or Greenfield, Mass. Why not?
Yep, and maybe we could get a group of people to come up there and go with you.
Oh, and your kids would love it. I mean, you talked about helping during the pandemic. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I could bring them up there.
So I love that. Set that up on a weekend when it's not your radio time.
What do you think, Curt? Will you have us there up in New Hampshire?
What's that?
Will you have us up in New Hampshire to come pick up some litter with you?
I would love it.
Okay.
I would love it.
We will make that happen. I gotta be honest. I'm probably the biggest chick, and I'm scared to go out without my mask anywhere. I had you don't know, Curt, but I had pneumonia for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it scared the heck out of me. So I'm a little bit scared. I should probably take some, some grit and advice from you and go out there and do that. But I'll find a way to get up there and do that. Pamela will get me to do it.
I will, and I'll bring the box of gloves, Billy. So if you feel like you need to change gloves, and I'll teach you how to take them off the right way. I mean, honestly, this is a do. Nope, I'm going to be Curt. I'm going to be riding his ass until he gives me the date. And
he will too, Curt.
I will ride his ass, believe you me. And he will also, we'll all drive in separate cars because he's not going to want me. I'm 72. He doesn't want me in the car with his family. And so let's do it. He's looking, vacation week this week, Billy.
That's true.
You don't know what to do with your kids because they don't have their studies. So here you go.
But I have a
Just
radio
don't book
show,
it on the day that my...
I have a lot of guests coming this week.
Yeah, see, your radio show is in the way, doggone it. You want to do a late afternoon thing? Billy, we can do a late afternoon.
It's put right in there when my kids are busy doing something, so I don't have to worry about helping with any schooling or anything. I can just sit in here and talk to America, wrap my ears around America, as it would be.
Well, here's the thing. You told me most of the week is set up. And after you hang up, don't plan on doing any radio stuff. And we just got to be sure it's not when my family, one of my families are driving out this week. We're going to walk up to Poet Seat Tower and keep our distance
So it probably
from
have
each
to be
other.
on a Friday if we did it. But we'll get it going. Maybe we'll do it on a weekend, okay?
Exactly. I mean, the world is ours because we're in isolation going bananas. I am anyway.
Oh, I'm going bananas.
Okay.
For too much stimulation from all this stuff from my kids and my wife and my dog.
Yep.
What about you, Curt? Are you getting too much stimulation or too little interaction with people?
No, I wish there was more interaction with people.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, you come to my house, you'd be ready to leave in a day.
Yeah.
Billy, the 98-year-old that lives in my building, I just bumped into her. She's going absolutely crazy. And she said, I always went out of this building on the van, whether she needed to buy something or not, she wanted out of her four walls. And so, she's going bonkers. And she's 98, sharp as a tack, and has a person coming in to help her with her daily activities. 98, and she said, I've always gone places, I've always done this. She's always used a little senior center thing, and she said, I'm going nuts. And I said, join my nuts club. We're all going insane. And it sounds like Curt's ready for a field trip, too, so why not? We'll do it.
Curt, you may have to go with me on a hug tour at some point. I already talked to you about that a while back, about going with me on a hug tour. I think you'd be a good inspiration for people.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We talked about it. We weren't able to pull it before, but we'll get that going. Curt, I don't know who this other person is on the line, but they're not saying anything. I'm not sure what's going on, and like I said, I'm not going to give their phone number out to you over the line.
And you know what, Billy? That's absolutely critical. If people just want to listen anonymously, I'm so glad you changed your mind, because people want to just call in and listen. That doesn't mean they want to get on and start having a conversation. So I happen to be a talker.
I was just going to tell him the number so he might recognize it.
No,
because
I know, but you were
I'm
going
pretty sure it's somebody he knows because it has his area code number.
Oh, well, it could be Trevor, could be all those Tulsi people. Who knows? It could be the chief of police. It could be the firemen that love this man and honk every time they see him. I mean, how long you been living in Manchester, Curt?
I was born and raised in Manchester, but most recently in the last 8 years.
There you go. A lot of people know and love this guy. So if they got wind of the radio show, we're still trying to publicize this radio show, Curt, so you can help with that, too.
It's only a week and a half old, Curt.
What's that?
Yeah.
We got to get going, man. You know, and you know it takes time. Just like with you on the street picking up trash, it's one little piece at a time, one little conversation at a time to get things going. So that's what I'm doing here.
Yep.
One caller at a time. That's what we're doing.
And Curt, he said, Curt, Billy just said he's only a week and a half into this radio show. So that's pretty fresh, pretty new.
Yeah.
And we
it's
got a lot
nationwide,
of good
isn't
guests
it, Billy?
coming on. What'd you say?
It's nationwide, your radio show, is it not?
It is nationwide, and I will say the guy that we have coming on Wednesday, Curt, you might be interested in. He wrote a book called Synchronicity, which is a pretty famous book. He does book tours all over the U.S., and it's a book about how all these connections that we have, the timing, there's nothing that happens by accident. It's a reason. Like me and you meeting was a reason. The reason we met in Manchester, there's a reason me and Pamela met. There's a reason all of us got on this call. It's all this interconnected web that's all powerful. So he wrote a book about that, and he's going to be talking about that on Wednesday. And his name is Ken Harris. I'm looking forward to having him on the show. But it's good having you on. Pamela, thanks for calling in. Showtime is about up for today.
Yep.
I got to get in there and deal with those little rugrats, see what they're up to, so they don't tear apart my house. I think my wife's not here right now. So
I've got a doctor's teleconference coming up, so that's a good timing. So.
Well, good, and I wish you luck with that, Pamela.
Yeah, well, I've already been on the phone about 3 or 4 different. One doctor called me back. The social worker called me. I'm getting all these rattling chains has paid off, and it's been a busy day on the phone, Billy. I'm glad my phone's not dying. I better plug it in. And I'm so thrilled to have talked and met Curt, and I cannot wait to go meet him in person.
Yep, definitely. All right, well, have a good day, Pamela.
Thank you. Bye, Curt.
Bye, Pamela. Nice talking to you.
Very nice to meet you.
Curt? You still there?
Yep.
Thanks a lot for coming on the show, man. I greatly appreciate it. I am going to get up and see. I don't know when it will be. We've been in this house for almost 6 weeks. I barely leave the house. I go out and walk around the streets and stuff, but mainly I stay inside and work on stuff and hang with my kid and help them with their schooling and do my design work from here like I've always done. But I will get up there and see you. And like I said, and I tell you this, don't take this lightly, and I tell everybody, you are literally my hero. And I've told my kids all about you, and I'll get up there, and maybe hopefully Pamela will come up with us too, and we'll try to work that trash thing into it. You take care. If you ever need anything, you call me. You know how to get in contact with me, right?
Roger that, boss.
And
sure do.
Have a good day, man. And take care of yourself, all right?
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for another episode of Hug It Out America Radio. I'm off tomorrow. I'm playing my guitar. I have a guitar lesson. Very frustrating thing. But Wednesday we have another guest. Like I said before, Ken's going to be on the show, and he's going to talk about his book, Synchronicity, Ken Harris. And I'm looking forward to that. And then we have another on Thursday. We have another guest coming in named Renee. She does so many different things. But we'll talk about that later. And till Wednesday, hug it out, America, and God bless. Take care, y'all. Bye-bye.